Boom. All right. Good morning. It is September 17th, Wednesday, 2025. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. It is the Hat and Beard Show, and by golly, I'm Hat and Beard. Today we are going to be bouncing around on some silliness, some silly stories coming out of the NFL so that we can appease the national media algorithmic football gods and make sure that their football bag is well stroked and satisfied so that we can try to grow out here. First on the docket, we'll be walking over to NFL.com. NFL on Raiders partner Tom Brady, quote, no policies bar owner from sitting in coach's booth during games. A little inside baseball for Tom Brady as he double dips as both a minority owner of your Las Vegas Raiders, as well as being not only the GOAT and the too many rings to hold on his hands, he is also a NFL broadcaster, big name over at Fox.com. But the NFL rules, no policies. We'll take a little looky-loo at that. Then we're going to stop by, while we're talking about Fox, we're going to stop by Fox News Super Bowl champ Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe dares stick his head out of the hole. Calls Travis Kelce lazy after costly drop in loss. Kelce's crucial drop led to an Eagles interception. Now, yes, Shannon Sharpe, maybe he is lazy, and maybe Travis Kelce, like the poll question up we got in the chat, maybe Travis Kelce is indeed washed, but maybe Shannon Sharpe, we should not be poking our heads out and scrutinizing other people after we just had to settle with our OnlyFans whore that we were sleeping with on the side, being just a degenerate piece of shit, but that's neither here nor there. We will be stopping by CBS Sports, Prisco's week. Oh, we got an ad. Prisco's week 3 NFL picks. Eagles are expected to handle the Rams, and he's got the Ravens beating the Lions in a classic shootout, something we haven't done. We have not. Y'all realize that it's been almost 20 years since the Detroit Lions have beat the Baltimore Ravens, and since 2005, we're like 1-5. That sucks. So we'll kind of maybe poke around, see what this diddly-do fella has to say. Then we're going to get into what we're really here to talk about, and that is yours and mine, Detroit Lions. The Lions are 4.5-point underdogs against the Baltimore Ravens. What are the betting odds entering week 3 against the Ravens? Coming from Vito Chiro 50-some minutes ago. That's such a good picture of Jared Goff. I mean, could you have gotten any more of a looks like he's shitting in his pants picture of Jared Goff? I remember that game. You remember that game. That was back in 2023 at Baltimore, where they really just handed it to us. So we'll kind of take a look around, see if we can pick up any nose or any inside information that'll help us build some parlays next Monday night. That's right, next Monday, guys, since we do have Monday Night Football. Yeah, all my rowdy friends are going to be here for Monday night. Monday night we will be doing, probably haven't quite figured out a timeline yet, but maybe 5:30 or 6 o'clock to about 7:30 pregame. We're going to build, just like we did last Sunday, build some parlays, build some lineups, shoot the shit and chew the fat with each and every one of you Mad Hatters from the Mad Hatter Nation that wants to turn in Monday night. So keep an eye out for that. We will keep you up to date as the week progresses, and final announcements will obviously be made Monday morning during the live show. Then we're going to go ahead and kick it on over to EbonyBird.com. Lions bringing ex-Raven in hopeless attempt to simulate Lamar Jackson ahead of week 3. Good luck with that. That's right. We are going to go ahead and do something that is a little out of the ordinary. We're going to keep dabbling our toes into enemy waters and seeing what our opponents of the week have to say and what the Lions are doing by bringing in Malik Cunningham. What kind of tomfoolery and shenanigans does Brad Holmes and Motor City Dan Campbell have up their sleeve? And then finally, as we continue to figure out how the Lions can be those 4.5-point underdogs and get that Baltimore Ravens monkey off of Dan Campbell's back and shuck that 20-year losing record against the Ravens, the Lions have a plan. I got a plan. I have a plan, Arthur. I got a plan to avoid communication issues in the loud Baltimore environment after struggling in Green Bay, and not something that we as Lions fans, especially in the Motor City Dan Campbell tenure, are accustomed to seeing, and that is communication issues with the offense. Something that was a little jarring. We're going to chalk it up to week 1 jitters. And then we're going to just go ahead and execute. We will execute on the highest level against the Baltimore Birds. We shall execute with precision. We shall be precise. We shall be on time. We shall win the inches battle. And we shall walk away Monday night with a triumphant victory. And finally, Dan Campbell shall stand victorious over the Jim Harbaugh-led Baltimore Ravens. And then we'll have an even better game the following Sunday. And against the Cleveland Brown Eyes. Oh, I can't wait. It shall be a good couple of weeks for the Detroit Lions fans, yeah. All right, guys, if you haven't already, would you do me a solid? Also, we're going to be keeping an eye out. It is Wednesday, which means it's Injury Report Day. Cologne's back, which is a good thing. Davin poop, though, I haven't seen nor heard. You guys see we got the articles all pulled up here right now, everything. We're going to be refreshing, keeping an eye on the injury report to see whom is failing in the health department and what we can do and make them healthy again so that they can go and prepare for the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, okay. So now if you could do me the favor and poke all of my buttons and ring all of my bells, like the video, double tap it on your way down to the share button. We are going to go ahead and circumnavigate the overlords, the clankers who oppress us and keep us down. We must take it to the clanker class. We must take it and take it to the clanker class. The overlords, we need to copy and paste this clip. Yes, copy and paste the link of this video on your clipboard 17,000 times. It is the easiest way that we can get this content pressed out. And then, of course, like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Okay, let's get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then now, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Shout out and good morning, Mad Hatter Nation, you guys. Kerry Simtich, how you doing? Hey, buddy, I couldn't, my mobile wouldn't let me view whatever it is that you clipped on the show, dude. I don't know how remixes work, but I seen you did some work there. I appreciate it. Hats, Mom. That's right, my mom's in the chat. Now, I got to just say real quick here, apparently my mom got drunk last night and is a liar because she said she wasn't going to be in the show today. She said she had shit to do and wasn't going to be in the chat. And it was like, okay, that's fine. I appreciate the heads up. And here you are, apparently at 8 o'clock last night. Oh, Hat's mom decided to get into her bottle, huh? Yeah, you degenerate. You degenerate. I see you out there. You liar. You degenerate. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My mom's a cool lady, dude. My mom's a cool lady. Heidi ho, Ryan Allen. How you doing, brother? Good to see you up early. What are you doing up this early? Or are you still rocking out late, my guy? That's awesome. Sam Armstrong, Brent DeWitt, Derek Harp, everybody's here. We're ready to go. A man with a plan. Wasn't that Bill Clinton? Ain't that the truth? Brent DeWitt, you nailed it on that one. What's up, Derek? How you doing, my guy? Y'all, there is a poll. There's a poll up in the chat. Is Travis Kelce washed? Now, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I deliberately tried to find the most unflattering picture of Travis Kelce for the thumbnail. There is a little bit of a punch going on there, and he looks sad, and I deliberately did that. It's not necessarily fair. When you look at the body of work that Travis Kelce has done, he will be in the Hall of Fame, right? He is a linchpin to the success of Patrick Mahomes' early historic NFL career, right? He's won multiple rings with the Kansas City Chiefs, and when you look at what he was able to overcome to get to where he is now, again, if you can you tell the story of the NFL without him currently right now? No, you cannot. But that all being said, Pfizer boy there. Oh, likes him some pancake butt, just like Mom used to make some good old pancake butt. Travis Kelce. Well, I never really liked him. Still don't. Maybe if I'm how's this? I bet that if Travis Kelce and I were to just hang out and shoot the shit and chew the fat and talk about like normal things, like surface level normal things without getting into, beyond the surface, I bet you Travis Kelce's a lot of fun to hang out with. I'm willing to bet Travis Kelce's the type of guy that's a lot of fun to have a beer, maybe two with. But everything I've seen, I'm going to be real. Kind of seems like a douchebag. That's just my opinion. Everybody has their opinions. Some people think I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. He's an asshole. And it's true. I am. So it is what it is. But, Travis Kelce, here nor there, is a hell of an athlete. But we do have the poll up. Is Travis Kelce washed? Giving you 4 options here. Now, I will point out, you guys, that I have refrained, and I'm going to continue to refrain from putting that mid-Manhattan's mid-bimbo bitch in the poll anymore. That woman is too vile of a human being for me to give any type of platform to anymore. So even in jest, I'm going to abstain from bringing her up anymore. So that's why she's no longer going to be in the poll or on the poll, and hopefully she will be out of a job and on the free agent market, maybe looking for employment on the only airoscillators.com. You know what I'm saying? But I have given you 4 options here for Travis Kelce. Yep, have retired. No, he's the GOAT. Exactly the stance that we should all have with 0% of the vote. Flat butt ruined him with 50%, and I'm so glad you guys understand that. And then 30% of you say, never liked him, don't care, I don't like him, and look who he's engaged to, says Clarice. Exactly. Sam Armstrong, flat butt ruined him. You know what I'm saying, dude? Flat butt ruined him. Hell yeah, Clarice. Look at who he's engaged to. Oh, Miss. Trying to shake her pancake butt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who. I'm gonna be real. I don't understand it, but I don't get whoever told Taylor Swift that she was special, and I don't get it. I like very few of her songs, and the whole time I'm listening to it, I just keep going. The only reason I like this is because it's engineered to make my brain go, ooh, shake it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only fucking reason. It's like grossly over-engineered. It's science music. You know what I'm saying? It's science-based music. It's whack. She's whack. She ain't as good as she should have ever been. She should have never gotten to the level that she's at. But I also feel like Kelly Rowland was the better of the 3 artists in Destiny's Child, and should have grossly cast a massive shadow on Beyonce, not the inverse. But, what do I know? I never liked the Beatles. So fucking sue me. It is what it is. Yeah, he can barely run routes now. You notice that too, Sam Armstrong. Travis Kelce just kind of looks like a big old vanilla gorilla out there, just kind of lumbering around. And it's rough to say, but he's one of those guys that we're watching him fall apart before our very eyes. We're watching him get slower and slower, week by week, not just season by season, but every single week seems to have a little bit less, a little bit. Yeah, he'll make a cool play here or there, but there's something to be said about guys that routinely at the back end of their career, they're getting into the back end of their career when they just start palming the football. You know what I'm saying? When there's Shady McCoy did it a lot. Travis Kelce, ironically, both of them played for Andy, the criminal cover-up Reed. It's just, I don't know. Travis Kelce just thinks a little washed. Mr. Rogers told her she was special. Ain't that the truth, Mr. DeWitt? Now, I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm just going to call a spade and put it out there. When I was a little lad, not only did I love berries and cream, but I would have loved to have Mr. Rogers be my neighbor. I fucking loved Mr. Rogers. Now, I'm going to be honest, the puppets are freaky as hell. Even to this day, I look at them, I go, God damn, how did I stand? I see the puppets from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and I still feel that level of unease that I had when I was a child. Just this, what is it called? where you see something and you know it's just like not quite human, but you know that I can't think of the terminology right now, but like I never liked the puppets, and even to this day when I see the puppets, it still makes me feel uneasy. But god damn, did I not love me some Mr. Rogers, dude? Wasn't he just the cat's ass, dude? Just a fucking stand up guy, dude. His sweater. Oh, you thought his sweater was creepy? See, now I'm on the inverse, dude. Sam, I actually think you're older than me, brother. I think I'm 37, guys. I I've been looking for some Mr. Rogers sweaters, dude. Them fuckers look nice and comfy, dude. I would love me like a nice like Lions blue Mr. Rogers sweater to wear in the fall during the games. Oh my god. Oh, dude, y'all know how fucking fly that would be? You know how fucking fly I would look on like rolling into church Sunday with my Mr. Rogers sweater on, dude? Bro. That would be so fucking fly, dude. That would be so. Mr. Rogers creeps you out, Clarice. Uncanny Valley. Ryan, that's exactly it. It's the Uncanny Valley. That's exactly what I was fucking looking for. Uncanny Valley. My dude. Dude, yes. Thank you so much for that. I could not think of it. I could not fucking think of the term, and it's Uncanny Valley. Yes. Boom. Exactly. Exactly. Damn, Sam, you're 52? Fuck, man. I thought you were like in your early 40s, brother. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. I thought you was in like your early 40s, brother. Not gonna lie, dude. Clarice says Mr. Rogers creeps her out, and you did. Yeah, you didn't like the Beatles either. The Beatles are not it, dude. I don't get it. Like, okay, there's a couple Beatles songs that kind of slap. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you guys want full disclosure, there was one time that I totally understood what the Beatles were about, and I had fucking. I'm gonna be honest. I woke up that morning, and it was a Saturday morning. I had nothing to do. It's just me. I was just living in my house with Shadow, my old dog. It was just us two. I had 10 hits of acid in the freezer, and I proceeded to take all 10 hits of acid and day trip by myself like a motherfucker. And at one point, I ended up, I had music on random, and the Beatles came up, and I distinctly remember being in the shower going, oh my God, I totally understand it. I get it. I get why people like the Beatles. But the only way for me to understand it or get to that point was to be that fucked up. And like, if I have to be that fucked up to be like, oh, I get it, then like, your music's not good. Your music's not good. Like if like it takes me, someone who listens to music all the time and has done a shitload of drugs, that much to get to that point to finally go, oh, okay, now I get it. How many fucking people on a daily basis are just dropping fucking acid to finally understand music from 60 years ago? Bad music from 60 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Rogers would never call flat butt special, says Derek. He's too smart. Ain't that the truth? He'd have given that bitch a reality check. Speaking of reality check, the Raiders, people noticed a little bit of tomfoolery going on. NFL on Raiders partner Tom Brady, no policies bar owner from sitting in coach's booth during the games. The NFL said on Tuesday there are no policies that would prohibit Las Vegas Raiders limited partner Tom Brady or any owner from sitting in the coach's booth or wearing a headset during a game. Brady, whose partnership in the Raiders was approved last October, was seen on the ESPN broadcast sitting in the coach's booth and wearing a headset during the Raiders' 20-9 loss to the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday night. Given Brady's job as one of Fox Sports' lead broadcasters, his presence in the booth sparked questions outlined about his dual roles. Quote, there are no policies that prohibit an owner from sitting in the coach's booth or wearing a headset during the game, the league said in a statement obtained by NFL Network. Brady was sitting in the booth in his capacity as a limited partner. All personnel sitting in the booth must abide by policies that prohibit the use of electronic devices or other league-issued equipment, such as Microsoft Surface tablet for the sideline viewing system. Brady signed a 10-year deal with Fox in 2022 while he was still an active player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to call the games with the network's lead play-by-play announcer, Kevin Burkhardt. Brady began his announcing career, which real quick, I'm still going to continue to beat the drum. Sunday Night Football is, now, when you look at the metrics of it, Monday Night Football was the flagship, okay, for a long, long time. And then heading into the early 2000s, actually, a lot of people, now we talked about this the other day, some people put it on the Dennis Miller era of Monday Night Football, but when you actually look at the numbers of Monday Night Football, viewership was already tanking on Monday Night Football prior to Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller was brought back to try and inject a little bit of wazz and pizzazz into Monday Night Football, and then who followed him up with that after Dennis Miller? Well, John Madden, and even the great and historic John Madden was unable and unsuccessful in resurgence to Monday Night Football. I know we put a lot of emphasis on the cultural significance and all my rowdy friends are here for Monday night. And Monday Night Football, to a certain generation of us, still rings in a certain tone. It hits you at your core. It hits a little different. It's Monday Night Football. Ba-da-da. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like, let's go. Let's go. It's Monday Night Football, but it's still statistically not quite the same. In fact, if you look at it, the flagship for the NFL now, the primetime matchup, the money night, is Sunday Night Football. The biggest problem I have with Sunday Night Football, fucking Chris Collinsworth, man. Chris Collinsworth is one of the most obnoxious commentators to listen to at this point in his career. At one point, Chris Collinsworth was him. Okay, at one point, Chris Collinsworth was a very good play-by-play analyst or color commentator. I can't remember what role he's in right now off the top of my head, which shows you that between him and Mike Tirico, it just kind of gets a little washed in the sauce. But if Sunday Night Football were to do the right thing, or if Monday Night Football wanted to do the right thing and inject a little kick in the ass, you got to go after Greg Olson, who was unceremoniously booted out of the A-team over at Fox to allow Tom Brady to just, walk in and take the position. Did he earn it? Nope. Does he deserve it? Based on what he did on the field, sure. Has he come back a long way as an announcer? I think Tom Brady's a lot easier to listen to now than he was in his first year. But I do feel that the disrespect to Greg Olson is due some type of righteous change by another channel, another broadcast team. And if Sunday Night Football wanted to take themselves to the next level, or if Monday Night Football wanted to correct the ship and really inject a top flight commentator, you got to get your dirty little dick beaters on Greg Olson and do the right thing. Make him, lead play-by-play announcer or color commentator for the A-team of another network. I think Greg Olson was really that dude. Brady began his announcing career last season while his stake in the Raiders was pending league approval, and the NFL placed restrictions on Brady's broadcasting access prior to Week 1 of the 2024 season. Last season, Brady was not permitted to attend in-person or online broadcast production meetings and did not have access to team facilities. Excuse me. Tom continues to be prohibited from going to the team facilities or practices or production meetings, the league said in a statement. He may attend production meetings remotely, but may not attend in person at the team facility or hotel. He may also conduct an interview off-site with players like he did last year a couple of times, including for the Super Bowl. Of course, as with any production meeting with broadcast teams, it's up to the club, coaches, or players to determine what they say in those sessions. Raiders head coach Pete Carroll addressed Brady's presence in the coach's booth during his Tuesday news conference. Quote, I think Tom tried to honor I think Tom tried to honor that really strictly and with all respect to the situation of, concerns like you're talking about. And I think he's been really good. He's not planning games with us. He's not talking to us about anything other than our conversations we have that are really, that are random. They're not set up. They're not structured in any way. He knows he's very respectful of what he does otherwise, and he's of the opinion that he doesn't want to be that kind of factor, and so he's not. The Raiders will play the Commies on Sunday, and whose season opener Brady called for Fox on September 21. Now, I would like to say that Tom Brady is a stand-up guy and isn't known for breaking the rules, but then I would show you Exhibit A, Deflategate. So, Tom Brady knowing for bending the rules a little bit. How we doing down in the chat? Lion King, good morning, dude. How are you at? Where are we at with Marcus Davenpoop? We are watching for injury updates, my guy. I got injury report pulled up here on the Google machine, and we have no news quite yet. Go ahead and take a look here. What does ESPN say? All right, as of the 16th, Zylstra is placed on IR. Vaki questionable, Nowinski questionable. Davenport was listed on September 14th as questionable to return. But as of yesterday, still no news. I guess the most important news, would be Shane Zylstra has been placed on IR. Sucks for him. He is regularly dinged up and just can't seem to stay healthy. Now that does pave the way. Who takes Shane Zylstra's spot on the roster? Does that open up the Zach Horton route, or do we go with one of the other guys at tight end, or do we just add another offensive lineman to the roster? Watch will be a game time decision on Carey. Yeah, you're probably right. Unless we sign if we sign someone, then it'll be a definite indicator. Davenport is broken again. Yeah, Derek Davenpoop. Big surprise that he's hurt. I know I stood here and said that he was going to be a monster this year and that we need to, until proven otherwise. Well, he's proving me otherwise. Yeah, Brent, I like it, dude. Collinsworth has followed the path of Al Michaels. Washed, but still in the booth. Exactly, my guy. He's washed, but he's still there collecting a paycheck. Can't believe what they say about injuries. BB clearly got leg whipped, but said it was cramps. Yeah, I'm not sure, man, Sam. Now, there was that article we read yesterday about the injuries and stuff like that, but the Lions historically won't put an injured player up in the media's face after the game, and they let Brian Branch talk to the media, so it's probably not something that we're going to be too worried about, and he's not listed on the injury report yesterday or anything. Super Bowl champ Shannon Sharpe calls Travis Kelce lazy after costly drop in loss. Fox News. Pro Football Hall of Fame tight end Shannon Sharpe ripped Travis Kelce for his crucial drop at the goal line during the Kansas City Chiefs' 2017 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs were down 3 points early in the fourth quarter. We know that. Mahomes fired a pass to Kelce, was turning, and it hit the tight end right in the hands before bouncing into Eagle safety Andrew Makuba's hands for an interception. Sharpe called Kelce lazy for the mistake. Kelce has been lazy. He's getting lazy with his head, and he's getting lazy with his eyes. He's known in that area of the field. He has to snap his head. He knows. I don't know why he's so lazy with his head, Shannon said during a recent episode of Nightcap with Chad Ocho Cinco. There is nobody inside, and Blankenship has got you manned. Why are you so lazy? Your head. You have got to snap it around. You know that. And you took points off the board. In other words, you don't get points, and they go down, and they get points. As much as I'm not going to be too friendly to Shannon Sharpe, he nailed it. He's 100% accurate. After the interception, the Eagles scored a touchdown to go up 20-10 and effectively put the game out of reach. The Chiefs scored a touchdown to cut the lead to 20-17, but never got the ball back. The Chiefs fall to 2-0 with the loss, and Sharpe said that the only thing special about them is Mahomes. There's nothing special about anybody on that team right now, offensively, other than Patrick Mahomes, Sharpe said. Kelce led the team with 61 yards in the loss, but his crucial drop is what will be remembered most. The Chiefs will look to bounce back when they take on the New York Giants on Sunday night at MetLife Stadium at 8:30. Now, I will just go ahead and put this right out there for you, Travis Kelce. You do have the misfortune of having to fight up a 0-2 start to the season, but I will give you another example. See example A, short-term memory. People were calling for John Morton to be fired after 1 week with the Detroit Lions offensive game plan against the Green Bay Packers. There is a common theme that we know in the NFL. Winning fixes everything. Go out there and you got to win, buddy. You got to go out there and you're going to have to win. Go out there and put a W. Hang it on the G-Men. Yeah, the G-Men are 0-2. But you go out there, you have yourself a relatively productive game. You put a W. You get yourself out of the basement of the 0-2 department. Dare you fall to 0-3. These calls, these articles are going to get even louder. You have to go out there and you have to do Amon-Ra things. And you have to silence the talkers. So, winning fixes everything, but I have to say, Shannon Sharpe's not wrong. Maybe it is Travis Kelce. The brand has gotten too much for him. Maybe it is Travis Kelce has too many irons and too many fires photo shoots, engagements to the world's largest musical celebrity, ad campaigns. 3 straight Super Bowl runs. I cannot emphasize enough. The fatigue that 3 straight runs is going to put on somebody is a lot. It's going to age your players a little bit faster. You're giving them a whole other third of a season that they got to run, and you're consolidating and condensing their recovery time. Pile in on top of that short and condensed time, Travis Kelce's out here trying to be a celebrity, an internet influencer, a D-list Hollywood type that's going to continue to wane and slow down your production. It's going to draw you out. It's going to age you faster. So you got to figure out what's important, Travis Kelce. Do you want to be Travis Kelce, the brand, or do you want to be Travis Kelce, the football player? See Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders. Over at CBS, Prisco. How do you pronounce that? Is it Prisco? Week 3, NFL picks Eagles handle Rams again. Ravens knock off Lions in classic shootout. We're just going to see what he's got to say about the Lions and, we better probably going to be all the way down at the bottom. About the Lions and Ravens. That's the only game we really care about, and it's going to segue nicely into our hometown cooking segment where we're going to talk Lions football. Here we go. Detroit Lions at Baltimore Ravens. Time of writing had a 5.5-point spread Monday, 8:15 on ABC, ESPN. Stream on Fubo. Try for free. This will be fun for both, as both teams can score. The Lions scored 52 last week, while the Ravens scored 41. I don't think either will come close to those numbers, but they will get into the 30s. Look for the Ravens at home to win in a fun shootout. He's got the Ravens in a one-possession game, 37-30 over our Detroit Lions. I disagree. I think we're going to win 52-0. Let's go. Another 50 burger. It's not a. We see a lot of these. They're tight spreads. Tight spreads. One possession spreads. See, tight spreads. 1-score game. 2-score games, but even that, even a 12-point spread, man, that's just two. That's just 2 possessions, and on any given Sunday, we know how things can go. Let's refresh the injury report, see what's going on over here. If anything new is broken, how are we doing up there in the poll? I got 11 votes. Is Travis Kelce washed? Don't forget to cast your vote right now. Walking away with it flat, but ruined him. 45% of the vote. Brady will take Michael's place down the road. You think so? Brady moving to the sideline next, you think? You think Tom Brady would go to the sideline? You mean, as a reporter. I thought you were talking as a coach. Brent DeWitt's got the Lions winning 34-31, talking last-minute heroics on the big leg of Jake Bates. And the ballad of Jake Bates shall continue. Let's go. No update on the injury report yet, guys, so let's talk a little SI.com. Lions on SI. Detroit are 4.5-point underdogs against the Baltimore Ravens. What are betting odds for the Lions entering Week 3 against the Ravens? This is coming to us from Vito Cicero. The Lions are presently 4.5-point underdogs for their Week 3 Monday night showdown against the Baltimore Ravens per DraftKings. It's a telling line for a team that just got back on track in emphatic fashion. In Week 2, the Lions rebounded from their season-opening loss to the Packers by trouncing the Bears 52-21. The performance wasn't just convincing, it was historic. For the first time in franchise history, Detroit posted plus 500 total net yards, 5 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing scores in the same game, making history against dickhead Ben Johnson. Lions signal caller Jared Goff was ultra-efficient. The offensive line dominated, and Johnny Moe's play calling reminded fans why the Lions entered 2025 with such lofty expectations. However, if the Bears game was a statement win, the Ravens matchup is the ultimate litmus test. Baltimore, which blew out the Cleveland Browns in Week 2, 41-17, has won at least 10 games each of the past 3 seasons and has won back-to-back NFC North crowns. Plus, the organization is equipped under center with 2-time NFL MVP Lamar Jackson. Jackson, an elite dual-threat passer, proved to be a thorn in Detroit's side the last time the Ravens and Lions met, Week 7 of 2023. In the aforementioned tilt, Jackson completed 21 of 27 passes for 357 yards and 3 touchdowns. Plus, he contributed another 36 yards and an additional score with his legs. That is something that we are not so great about. And that is containing mobile quarterbacks. The Lions have long struggled with mobile quarterbacks, and there's a strong chance that this will once again be the case in Detroit's prime time matchup with Baltimore in Week 3. Baltimore's offense isn't just about Jackson either. In their backfield, the Ravens also have all-pro running back Derek Yeti. 5-time Pro Bowler, rushed for 1,900 yards and a league-high 16 touchdowns in his debut season with Baltimore, and he's already piled up 192 rushing yards and 2 scores through the first 2 weeks of the 2025 season. That lofty total yard mark equates an average of 6.5 yards per rush, which would be a career high for Henry if the season ended today. Expect that number to go down, 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 down. We're going to get that number down, 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 down. Add in the fact that the game will be played under the lights of M&T Bank Stadium, a place where Baltimore went 6-2 last season, and the odds makers' skepticism about Detroit makes sense. For the Lions, which have Super Bowl aspirations, Monday night will be about more than just competing. It will be a chance to prove that they can match execution with physicality against one of the league's true powerhouses. It will be a actual measuring stick. We have seen 2 at this point at this stage, Week 3 of the NFL season. What are we? What would that be? A fifth? Yeah, a fifth of the way. No, a sixth of the way through the season. Man, I am. Public school education. I am so good at fucking math. So after this week, we'll be a sixth of the way through the season, right? 3 weeks into a 8-week season. 3 times 6 is 18. We have had, or will have had, played 3 extreme ends of the bell curve. At this point, Green Bay does, in fact, and this I don't say lightly, the Green Bay Packers at this point, a sixth of the way through the season, do appear to be the cream of the NFC crop. Okay. Measuring stick against the Packers. Yes. It was week 1. Yes. We were on the road. Yes. Rookie. Yes. New offensive coordinator. Yes. 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 You can asterisk it all you want. Scoreboard. Scoreboard says we got our ass kicked. Eyeball test. Don't believe your lying eyes until you have to believe your lying eyes. We got our asses kicked by the Packers, week 1. Let's just call it what it is. Some of you might not like it, but it's not talking shit. If it's true, it's just shit you don't want to hear. We then followed it up with a trouncing of the Chicago Bears, who at the time the narrative was they fell apart against the Minnesota Queens. And J.J. McCartney had second half late game heroics, and Minnesota could be upstart and scrappy, and Minnesota went out and got their asses handed to them by Atlanta. And we beat the ever-living brakes off of the Bears. So we got our asses handed to us by the cream of the crop, and we beat up on a much lesser opponent. So Baltimore will give us a sample size of 3, right? Baltimore, cream of the crop of the AFC. But if we have 2 contenders that we have played in the 3 matchups, and we get our asses handed to us by 2 of the 3 contenders, and we beat up on losing teams, that's not a good barometer. That doesn't reflect well on the barometer. Okay, that shows us that we are not an elite team. Now, if we go out there and we beat the fucking brakes off of the Baltimore Ravens, then it shows week 1 was probably just a fluke. If we go out and we play competitively and it's a tight game, then it shows that we can compete with elite teams. If we go out there and we get our asses handed to us, though, it shows us that we're pretenders and not contenders. That's the reality of the situation. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to do it. I am the one. Somebody had to do it. I have to do it. I have to say it. We have to maintain some semblance of reality, right? What's up, Brandy? How you doing? Good morning. Caught me right on a little bit of a negative tangent there, but the reality is what the reality is. Spread went down, was 6.5. People betting on the Lions. Hell yeah, Brent. That's what's up. That's good to see. If it opened at 6.5, we're down to 4.5. That's a hell of a slide. Over, under, 51.5. I'm going over. Sam, yeah, we're going to be taking the over. We're going to be taking the over Monday when we place our bet. So I think we're all going to be taking the over. because 51.5 point spread, that's nothing when it comes to these two high-powered offenses. Ravens still a powerhouse, but their defense isn't what it used to be. I agree with you, Brent. At least so far, it looks like their defense isn't what it used to be. They could still turn it around, but no, the Ravens defense isn't a historically good Ravens defense that they are accustomed to having when making Super Bowl runs. Morning, Brandy. How you doing? Sold out loud Monday night nationwide TV. Better have your signals down and your shit together. They better, dude. That's just it, Carrie. We're gonna have to come out and we're gonna have to execute. We're gonna have to win every play. Find a way to win every play. This week, practice has to be perfect because you practice like you play. If you practice perfect, you'll play perfect. Execute, execute, execute. Emphasis on fundamentals. Do your job. Do what the coaching staff tells you to do. Our coaching staff, until proven otherwise, does know what they're talking about, and they will put you into a position to succeed, or they'll put you into a position to succeed according to their game plan. Biggest concern is O-line communication, Brent. I agree with you. The grades so far on our guards have not been overly good. Graham Glasgow has not been that great at making his calls. The interior offensive line is our biggest question mark, just like it was heading into camp. Okay. And so far, the reality is it's starting to shake out what some people were starting to suspect, and that it wasn't going to be as good as last year. I tried to blow a bunch of smoke up all of our own asses and say that it wasn't going to be that big of a drop-off, but through 2 weeks, heading into the 6th of the season mark, right? We'll be a 6th of the way through the season after this week. The interior offensive line, the edge room, question marks we had are starting to show their ugly head. Now, I don't agree with people who are saying we shouldn't have taken Tyleik Williams. I think Tyleik Williams has been everything and more than you could have asked for in a rookie. In a rookie that was thrust into early responsibilities, heavy snap loads early on. I think Tyleik Williams has played very well in replacement of Aleem the Dream McNeil. I get very excited when I think of the future of Aleem and Tyleik and Hutch and an additional player. We'll have a very high-powered front four for the next 2-3 years. We'll have a very high-powered front three with a fourth, just with those guys. Your biggest concern, Carrie, says consistency with pressure on Lamar. I agree with you. What you're going to see, and I can see it in my mind's eye already. Because I've watched it for years. Okay. Our linebackers are not athletic enough to keep up with a Lamar Jackson mobile elite level quarterback, right? So we rely on our front seven to get pressure. And you'll see Aiden Hutchinson get abused on it, where our ends are going to get too far upfield. And our defensive tackles will not stay home enough. They will get spread out, and the Baltimore offensive line will fan our defensive line out. It'll collapse in. We will get a cunt hair away from a sack, and Lamar will slip right up the middle of the field. 16, 26, 36 yards very easily. It happens quite regularly. Again, I don't think we quite have the linebacking core to spy a mobile quarterback. Now, maybe we make some type of adjustment, and we just go nickel the whole game, and BB's job is to annoy Lamar Jackson all day. Maybe that's the option we go. I don't know. I can't speculate. I have no idea what the plan is. We will see Monday night. For the 1000th time, have a spy on Lamar. Sam, I agree. Who becomes the spy, though? Do you like the idea of going nickel with BB being that spy, or are you hoping that Pepperoni Anzalone can keep up with him? I'm going to be honest, there's no fucking way Jack Campbell's going to be that spy. And do you have enough faith in Brian or Derek Barnes being that guy? You know what I'm saying? Could this be the game where we see a lot of Grant Stewart? Because Grant Stewart a little bit more athletic, a little bit faster, a little bit quicker on his feet than, say, a Jack Campbell or a Derek Barnes. Maybe Grant Stewart comes in and it's just that's his role for the game, is to just be a spy. You know what I'm saying? Just stick on Lamar. I don't know, but I do agree with you. For the 1000th time, you do need to just put a guy on Lamar. That is, quit trying to reinvent the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sam, that's what I was kind of liking the idea of, BB at nickel to kind of act as a spy. Maybe let a Meek kind of work in that role a little bit. Maybe that's what Rocky Sin's here to do. Avonte Maddox, somebody. Get one of your athletic DBs to get down there and cover as a spy on Lamar and just make his whole afternoon absolutely miserable. Tell Terrion Arnold. Tell DJ Reed. Tell Kirby Joseph. You guys are just going to be back there on islands all day, man. That's just how it's going to have to be. Damn! Mr. Detroit City says, BB32 going to hit Lamar so hard he retires. Wouldn't it be hilarious if Lamar comes out and goes, I'm seeing ghosts out there. I'm seeing ghosts. So, guys, just wanted to stop by and mention this real quick. Lions bring in ex-Ravens in hopeless attempt to simulate Lamar Jackson ahead of Week 3. This coming to us from Ebony Bird. In terms of athleticism, Malik Cunningham might be the best option to try and replicate Jackson. Like Jackson, Cunningham played his college career at Louisville and was a dynamic dual-threat quarterback for 4 seasons. They were even teammates in 2017 before Jackson was drafted by the Ravens in the 2018 draft. Not many know Jackson better than Cunningham, but where Cunningham falls short is his passing ability. While Cunningham has always been electric with the ball in his hands, he never developed the arm that has made Jackson one of the most dangerous passers in the league. Ravens quarterback is explosive from outside the pocket and has become known for making splash plays from nothing. The Lions will hope Cunningham can provide something similar, but the attempt will almost certainly prove to be futile. You cannot stop Jackson. After a 5,000 total yard, 45 touchdown 2024 campaign, he's off to an exceptional start this year with over 500 yards and 7 touchdowns through 2 games. He is also coming off an unbelievable start the last time he played Detroit. In a 38-6 win over the Lions in 2023, Jackson trounced the opposing defense for 357 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and an additional score on the ground. With Cunningham, Detroit will hope to be more prepared for Jackson this time around. But regardless, they will have their hands full in what many expect to be one of the best games of the season. Or it's going to get wildly out of hand while the Lions just trounce you early on. Get up early and put it in cruise control and just pound them the rest of the game. Henry poops himself on impact. Yeah, so there is going to come a collision. There will come a collision. Old school football fans, we should be looking forward to it. You don't want anybody to get hurt. Obviously, we don't root for injuries on players regardless of the player. But there is going to come a high-speed impact Monday night where Derek Yeti and Brian Branch, it could be Eddie George and Ray Lewis levels of impact. It could be a couple of, we could see some licks laid on some dudes. Brian Branch might be out there trying to put the lumber down. And this is no shade to Brian Branch. I am actually a big Derrick Henry fan. Derrick Henry is going to also be out there trying to lay the lick on you, bro. So it's going to be some high impacts, dude. It's going to be some hard hits, and I'm here for it. I think you guys should be here for it, too. Captain Jack versus Henry. Could Captain Jack laying the wood also? See, the thing is I think Jack Campbell, does he really go out and crush dudes pretty hard? Jack Campbell seems to be a pretty fundamental tackler. He likes to really wrap up. He's got long arms. And when Jack Campbell gets his arms around a guy, you're not going anywhere. Because Jack Campbell is good at getting his man to the ground. And when he wraps up, he's kind of got you in them claws, dude. You know what I'm saying? BB is a high-impact player consistently, Kerry. I agree with you, which is why I'm looking forward to these big hits on each other. You know what I'm saying? Goff's got the arms. Gibb got the Jets. Hutch got the bite. We gonna wreck some Ravens. Brandy, I love it. Fuck yeah, Brandy. I'm here for that. Dude, I'm here for that one, right? Yeah, dude. I know that I should be tempering my expectations, but the Honolulu Blue drunk fan in me is just like, oh, we're gonna beat the fucking brakes off of the Ravens. Yeah, let's go. Baltimore ain't got shit, and we're gonna fucking pound them, dude. That's what I'd hope to see. So what can the Lions do? We are a team that had a few issues with communication against the Green Bay Fudge Packers on Week 1. And Monday night, Ooh, all the rowdy fans are going to be there for Monday night, and it's not going to be at Ford Field. That's right, Detroit. You got to go into the hostile lands of the Ravens for a big Monday night prime time sold-out game. This is pegged as one of the better games of the year early on. All eyes on me. What are you going to do, Detroit? How are you going to clean this up? The Lions have a plan. I have a plan! Arthur, we have a plan. To avoid communication issues in loud Baltimore environment after struggles in Green Bay. Make it loud. A to Z Sports. After Detroit Lions lost in Green Bay in Week 1, it was clear that the Lions' offensive line struggled mightily in that game. Oh, God damn it. I'd like to pause this. There we go. There were a ton of misassignments and communication errors, and a lot of it stemmed from the fact that the young players on the line simply couldn't hear the calls because Lambeau Field was too loud. On Sunday, the Lions flat out beat the heck out of the Chicago Bears, and the offensive line looked significantly better, but there is a big difference between playing on the road and playing at home. You don't have giant video boards requesting that the crowd be quiet when you're on offense on another team's field. So what do the Lions plan to do to be ready for a crazy crowd in Baltimore? For starters, there's a simple plan here that a lot of teams utilize. Making it annoyingly loud at your practice facility. We're bringing out 38 speakers, Dan Campbell said on 97.1 The Ticket, and we parked them about 10 feet behind us, and then the sides and the way in the back, and you can't hear, and you're forced that environment anyway. Beyond that, the plan to relentlessly drill, Campbell said that if there are any inkling that there are communication issues, we're going to start the drill over again and just keep doing that until they get it right. Fundamentals, execution, fundamentals. On top of that, there was a lot of talk about putting too much on the plate for the young guys in Week 1. Campbell also noted the Lions coaches are thinking a lot about that too. We'll make sure we're good, and it's on us coaches to make sure that we have a plan and we have enough ammo. But yet we don't overload our guys or put too much on their plate when we're actually creating a problem as coaches. At the end of the day, it's a pretty solid plan. Make it loud. Make sure you're not blowing past the issues in practice and keeping things basic. It's a big difference from offensive line that you're used to. But even those guys took some time to grow together. It's Week 3. But at the end of the year, you hope that the guys on the line can just read each other to the point where verbal communication is secondary, because these guys just know what needs to be done and what the other guy is going to do. That takes time, though. That is one thing that we do need to see is a little bit. There was some growth Week 1 to Week 2 of homogeny, gelling, a moving as one unit, a better communication, a understanding, and you can't take away from the fact that the confidence that last week builds in these guys will make it easier for them to execute today. Had we have taken another step back or performed at just the same level as we did Week 1, there would be more urgency. The team would be hearing outside influences harping on them. There would be a lot more shit to deal with. But in such a get-right game against Chicago, now you got a little bit more swag. Now you got a little bit more faith in yourself, a little bit more faith and trust in the coaches, understanding that they do know what they're doing, and that's why they're there. I'm talking to you young guys, Maybe Graham Glasgow needs to learn how to be a little bit more vocal, but with time comes experience. The longer Tater Ratledge and Penny Sewell play together, the longer and easier it's going to be for them to understand what they need to do non-verbally. That's just something that comes with time. Christian Mahogany now playing alongside Taylor Decker, where he was on the right side sporadically last year. That also comes with time. Unfortunately, Taylor Decker getting a little long in the tooth and tends to miss a few practices, a little bit of time here or there due to injury. So that will even reduce the communication lines development a little bit longer. make that take a little bit farther into the season than, say, a Penei Sewell who's been there every single week. That's no slight against Decker. That's just the reality of the situation. But when you look at Week 1's performance versus Week 2's performance, the step forwards that we did take, even though PFF still scored Tater Ratledge and Mahogany and Glasgow is a little bit lesser than, the proof is in the pudding. We did play better. We produced better. Now clean some things up, maintain those lines of communication, go into a hostile environment, execute well, have faith in the play calling, and know that Jared Goff is an elite quarterback, and he's going to put you guys into the best possible situation on how he can manipulate a defense that he sees out there, and the numbers are there to back it up, that when Jared Goff does what he needs to do, he is relatively successful. So the offensive line, do your thing, understand your play assignments, understand your protections, go out there, execute, manhandle the line of scrimmage. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Like in the movie Firebirds, defense needs to be mobile, agile, and hostile. Exactly, my dude. It's TNA's groin going to be okay by Monday night. Oh, great. So Terry and Arnold, what, is PP still hurt from the Green Bay game? Let's go ahead and just take it right over to the Lions, see if they got anything posted on the Lions website. What am I like literally in the middle of them updating it? Sorry if I haven't been engaging in the chat super hard, guys. Hopefully BB doesn't get flagged this game. I agree with you, Brent, dude. That's the thing, though, is BB's got to understand he's got a spotlight on him. When you're that high-impact guy, especially in today's NFL, spotlight's going to be on you guys. Want Skip to play when Monty is running? Hell yeah. Skip moves to the pile. That's true. I think Skip should just come in and play fullback. All right, guys. So we're going to kind of keep refreshing the injury report, see if something's going on. But got a last couple minutes here, and this is probably where I'm going to lose a lot of you, and that's fine. I have found that when I talk about certain things, it's fine. Viewership does dip, and I have actually seen a few, for every like 3 new subscribers I get, when I talk about certain things, I lose 1. Yeah, it is what it is. So it's been a week since Charlie Kirk was gruesomely, horrifically, violently, publicly executed for talking, for just wanting to have a dialogue. And I think you guys know it's kind of, I don't know, man. Maybe it's weighs real fucking heavy on me, man. And I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, to be honest, I fucking think about Charlie Kirk like 5-6 times a day easily. I find myself that when I go to sleep, one of the things that kind of keeps me awake at night is thinking about it. It's one of the first things that I think about when I wake up. And obviously that's not healthy, for one. But to be thinking about that for this long, to the depths that I've been thinking about it for this long, which, I mean, it could be as deep as an ocean. It might be as deep as a puddle. Who fucking knows? That means that something is wrong. Be it with me, be it with what I think is the reality is with the world. Because I find myself being very emotional over the Charlie Kirk thing. I'm going to be honest, guys. I have cried more in this last week about somebody that I didn't even know more than I have in my entire adult life. Outside of maybe my 2 dogs dying the last couple of years. Even now, I get a little choked up. I'm trying to not let my emotions get a hold of me right now. And like I'm an emotional guy, but I'm not like a boo-hoo emotional guy. I'm loud. I'm angry all the time. Um, it's like my fucking default setting, you know. I seen a meme years ago that was, as a kid, uh, you'd sit there and you'd look at your dad and he's just mad about shit all the time, and you wondered why. And here I am, Mister Pissed Off Junior. uh, so to a degree, that anger is an emotion. I am an emotional guy. I'm not an emotional guy. Boo hoo. I'm not a sad. I'm not. This is sad. I don't do that. Uh, I tend to counter sad emotions with dark humor. It's what I do. It's a defense mechanism. I've always countered everything with humor. That's why I fucking tried to be a stand-up for 10 years because I thought I was funny. And it's I've just been doing a lot of thinking about everything. And I've been trying to figure out why I'm so fucking sad. And what I'm coming to realize is that I'm mourning a lot of things. It's not just Charlie Kirk. The past few weeks, man, we've seen a lot of horrific shit. On top of it being the anniversary of 9/11. A few weeks ago, Irina Zarutska was just slaughtered. And, not only did she fucking die on the floor of a fucking train in a foreign place where she was trying to live at peace, but, oh my God, nobody did anything to help her. People just sat there and watched her fucking die. They just sat there, staring at their phones. Like that was normal. And nobody lifted a fucking finger. And that's fucked up. And then in the midst of all that, there's a blatant lack of humanity. Just this darkness taking over the world. Some fucking animal decided that they were going to eliminate Charlie Kirk from the world in front of his wife and kids, in front of crowds of people who some hated him, some loved him. Let's be honest, the majority of people in that crowd were just confused. They were confused about the world. They're confused about what to do. We have an epidemic of people, young people, who just don't see a point. And they choose to exit the game. And that's their choice. That's your choice to make, man. But it's sad. It's sad that there are so many people who don't see a future. And the only solution they can come up with is to remove themselves. And they're confused. And they've seen a guy who was willing to talk to them, be it what they wanted to hear or not. He was just trying to help. And not in a horrific manner. In the most good-hearted of fucking manners, too. Like, so polite, dude. And due to the fact that we live in such a fucking disgusting world, there were so many just blatant lies about him that are still being spread about him. And I myself am guilty of that. The day it happened, I carry a tremendous amount of guilt around for the things that I said about Charlie Kirk. They weren't, anything compared to what's being said by people now, but I'll never get to unsay those words. It is what it is. I have to live with that. But the degree of what people were saying and are saying about him is just wrong. And you fucking killed him in front of his wife and kids and thousands of confused young people who seen a guy that was just willing to have a conversation. We do have a problem in this society, and I myself am more than guilty of it. It's hard to ask for help. It's hard to admit that you don't know something, that you're confused, that you're scared. It's hard. I had my welding instructor, one of the very few people who to this day I just have the most unmatched, just an infinite amount of respect for. And my folks told me that, oh, no, they had conference, parent-teacher conferences with him, and he's just like, Hat, he just doesn't ever ask for help. He could just be trying to push this boulder up a hill all by himself, and it's like, we can all see that it's never going to happen. And people, will offer you, would you like a hand with it? And he's just like, no, I'm fine. I got it. I have a hard time asking for help. And it's difficult for a lot of people. I'm sure I'm not the only person who finds it difficult to ask for help. And lots of people found Charlie Kirk to be the guy that they felt comfortable enough. They felt comfortable enough saying, help me. A generation of young men felt comfortable asking Charlie Kirk, help me. That's beautiful, dude. That he was able to reach people. He killed them. That's sad. And I mourn for that. And I mourn for Irina Zarutska. But mostly, this is where I'm at with it, guys. I don't think anybody has any humanity left. I don't know how to be compassionate anymore. And that's why I think I'm so fucking sad. I'm tired of trying to be nice. I'm tired of talking. And I know I'm not the only one, and that scares me. Because I don't know where we go from here when I see the reaction of these people. It's disgusting doesn't even begin to sum it up. I'm fucking heartbroken, man. I'm fucking heartbroken to see just the vile hatred. And these people are just reveling in it. For what? For a couple thousand views on TikTok? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you people? And when I ask that question to myself, I hate the answer that I come with. And I know that it's not the right answer. Because the answer that I come up with means that they've won. The answer that I come up with is I no longer see these people as people. And what I hate the most is they just want to destroy everything. Themselves, the country. And the bitch of it is the only response that I can keep coming to. And I hate it. The only reaction that I can come to is the reaction that they want. I hate it. I hate myself for it. I hate them. And I hate the fact that I hate myself and I hate them. But I don't know what else to feel at this point anymore. I'm done being compassionate with them. I don't know how to move forward. Maybe it's still too raw. I didn't even know the motherfucker. This is fucked up. So, I don't really know how to end the show today. This is something that I know I'm just kind of dumping on you guys, putting you through a therapy session. And at a certain point, I will stop talking about Charlie Kirk so much. But I don't think I'm the only one who feels this way. And that's equally as scary. Because I've spent the majority of my life containing the monster. And I have confidence in myself that I can contain the monster. I'm not 100%. I've never been pushed to this point before. I'm worried about people who aren't me. I'm worried about people who can't. Who won't even who this was their breaking point. It scares me, man. It's a scary fucking world. The one thing that I do enjoy, well, there's two things. I very much enjoy the schadenfreude of watching these people lose their shit, their jobs. And the one thing that drives me nuts about it, though, is this is what pisses me off. This is how you know these fuckers are pussies. When we respond with their tactics with maybe a 10th of the degree that they did, look at their reaction. Look at what we all had to go through. The amount of shit. The amount of people that lost their jobs, lost their homes, lost their kids. And now a fraction of you are feeling the repercussions for your actions in the same degree that you did to us. And they can't even handle it. So I enjoy watching all of you people. I, myself, am sitting on some DMs that were sent to me by an individual who unblocked me, right? I got blocked during BLM, whatever, I don't fucking care. Unblocked me, sought out my social media, my Instagram, just to harass me about Charlie Kirk. This person has their employer listed publicly on their Instagram. A very large portion of my soul wants to crush them. And this is why I hate myself. Because an even equally as large, if not 1 cunt hair % bigger, knows that it's not the right thing to do. What the fuck do I do now? What do I do? An eye for an eye, right? The whole world goes blind. I don't know. I don't know what I do there. The other thing that I enjoy from all of this is, we have said for years and years and years and years. So I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm a politico. That's what I'm involved with. I started this channel doing video games and political commentary. I pivoted this channel to talking about the Detroit Lions and football to give myself a break from politics, specifically so that I could commit a certain block of time to one of the things that I have always loved, and that is talking about the Detroit Lions. So I don't want to be bringing this stuff up all the time. This is supposed to be an escape from, right? That's why we're going to try and not talk about it so much. But for years and years and years, there have been 2 things that conservatives can hang their hat on. And one is, by the numbers, we will outnumber you. We don't kill our children. We don't sterilize our children. So by the numbers, you are, they say there's a genocide. Yeah, committed by your damn self, dumbass. Are you that fucking dumb? It's self-inflicted, you fucking idiot. So we've said, number 1, that we'll outnumber them in 20 years. Cool. And number 2, that is that the left eats its own. You can never be progressive enough. When you have a side that is always moving the goalpost, never setting a solid foundation, just constantly adrift in the winds of progressivism, right? You can never be woke enough. You can never be progressive enough. You will never. For every gay person, there is a transgender. For every transgender, there's an amputee transgender. For every amputee transgender, there's a quadruple, there's a double amputee transgender woman of color with rickets. You know what I'm saying? There is always somebody who is more. That's why people use their mental illnesses as currency. That's why everybody, I'm not just a cisgendered white male. I'm a cisgendered white male with anxiety and depression and so that you can, if I say enough depression points, then I can be in the progressive team. You can never be progressive enough. And we are seeing the collapse right now. They've mashed their foot on the gas. The leftist mind, in an attempt to distance themselves and say, no, but this is you, in their attempts to say that somehow that piece of shit that killed Charlie Kirk is right wing, they have now alienated the majority of their block. What do I mean by that? Simply put, Well, it didn't matter that this guy attended a liberal university. It did not matter that this man was in a homosexual relationship. It did not matter that this man wrote anti-fascist, transgender bullshit memes, carved them on the cartridges of the rifle. Does not matter that he stood for everything, lived with, sucked dick, got fucked in the ass, and assassinated a moderate political figurehead. They still say it's not enough because he was raised in a conservative household. The majority of your fucking block are assholes who left their conservative families. And if you're going to sit there and say that those people are MAGA, at that point, does the fucking Overton window even exist anymore? Can we just call these wackaloons what they are? Fucking nuts. They're fucking nuts. They're nuttier than a bag of planters, yo. And they've just alienated. They have told, if you are somehow a liberal watching my channel, and you are, watching this all unfold, if you're feeling like, oh my God, they're leaving me now because of this, yeah, you're right, dude. If you are a liberal and your parents are conservative, guess what, buddy? You're now a Trump supporter. If you're a liberal and any member of your family voted for Trump, guess what, buddy? By their own math, you're now a Trump supporter. You're a MAGA guy. Congratulations. Hopefully you can change your stripes. They've just now alienated. They've eaten their own. So there is a little bit of schadenfreude to be taken from it, but I don't know where we go from here. I don't like where my head's at. I don't like it. But don't misunderstand me. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean I'm anything like Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was the best of us. And you fucking killed him. And unfortunately, something else will come after that. And it's not going to be as polite as Charlie Kirk. Call somebody you haven't talked to in a while and let them know you're thinking about them. Try and have a good rest of your day, guys. Attila, I got to shout out real quick. Too many labels. To me, there are more than two sides. Why the extreme either way? It's a good question, my man. Because humans like freaks. And I don't mean that one side is more freakish than the other. The thing is we like spectacle. That's why we would go to freak shows and see circuses. And the reason that you see the extremes on either end is they're fucking freaks. And humans like to give freaks the biggest microphone. Because the freaks always have the most radical solutions. And the most radical solutions are never the correct solutions. The correct solution is generally somewhere in the middle. It's generally pretty vanilla. And we've just become so damn divided that for whatever reason now the extreme nut jobs who have the biggest microphones seem to be cast as the barometer for either side. I think that's what what I would answer to that, Attila. Is that humans are kind of gross. And we like to give freaks a microphone. Uh, yeah, Carrie, I might be. Just trying to keep it under control. In a legal, non-violent manner. Exactly, Sam. I just don't know where we go. I feel a lot of darkness in the world, guys, and it's just not cool, man. It's just not very cool, you know? I feel like the world used to be a lot more chill, man. Did social media fuck the world? Like when we're all, up in fucking the big theater watching the timeline of humanity, are we all going to collectively sit down and go, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have? Maybe our brains that were designed to eat berries in a cave shouldn't have been exposed to just this fucking slave square. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. I don't know really how to end this. Try and have yourself a good rest of the day. I know we got kind of fucking lame and dark there, but it's just something I've been thinking about, and y'all are pretty cool, so I thought I'd share with you guys. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Here at youtube.com/Hat and Beard Show. Do all the things. We're going to be talking a little Thursday night matchup and a little pre-gaming for this Week 3 slate. Talking a little Lions football and how we can get ready to take it to the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day, guys. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Until next time, bonga bonga. Ferg off.